This is Let's Talk Monday with Lerone Brown and Rita Super. I'm with my boy right here, Luke Kills, and today we're going to discuss his vision on astronomy, whether he want to pursue cooking in restaurants, and how he's planning on getting started. So, what's up? Thank you for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Why would I not have my boy Kills?
I'm not sure. We've known each other a while, too.
That's right. We have known each other a while.
3 years now?
And so, I do want to talk to you about. Let's get started. You have a passion for cooking,
I do.
and you did want to open up your own restaurant.
Yeah.
So,
Or food truck.
right? It's a good shared idea. What would you name it?
I'm not even sure. Opening a restaurant would be like years and years from now. I'd want to work at some other restaurants before wanting to open my own.
So if you had, let's say, a taco truck, I think that'd be a lot easier to get started than a full restaurant like this one. But
I probably wouldn't do a taco truck.
well, you know what I'm saying, a mobile food truck.
I'd probably do ramen.
Ramen.
Ramen or udon.
Ramen truck sounds pretty good. I remember we did ramen once, and it took the whole gang of cooks to get that one dish. Thanks
Yeah.
to you, Killeffer.
Yeah, because there was ramen on the menu. First thing everybody did was turn around and look at me. All faces looked at me and said, "What do we do?"
Exactly. Thanks to you, Killeffer.
And I didn't know if they did that because I know what ramen's supposed to taste like, or if it's because I'm Asian.
It's probably because you said, "Hey, I want to put ramen on the menu." And if you started a ramen truck, for starters, like, how would you? It took everybody in there to get that dish right. You by yourself, how would you put that together?
How would I put it together?
Yeah.
I'd work on all of the preparations for it first, like any ingredients that require marinating or things that require to be on a stove to reduce for a long time need to be started first thing. Anything that could be done like day of, like say you're making things like edamame or you're making the noodles, like you want to do that stuff the day of. But if you're making all the noodles from scratch, like with the dough, and you want to have that done, then yeah, you want those like pre-staged beforehand.
So you already have it mapped out. If you got your food truck, you would already have your little stance on how you're gonna do your ramen dish, huh?
Well, ramen is subjective itself because there's so many different types of ramen. There's different types of broth, all dependent on like where you want it. So like there's ramen that is literally named Tokyo or like Yokotsuka or Yokohama, and those are broths that are specific to like those counties, or not counties, those districts in Japan. So every dish or every ramen dish has a different type of broth to it. Some is hearty, some is savory, some is sweet, some is spicy. It all depends on what you want.
So what about what you want? So, if you pick, this is your food truck. So if you was to pick, like, what ramen would you go for?
I'd probably go for like a rich and creamy broth, similar to a tonkatsu almost. Tonkatsu.
Tonkatsu.
You almost have it.
Well, thank you for, acknowledging my accent. Tonkatsu. That sounds nice. Tonkatsu in a truck.
Yeah.
So I hear you're interested in astrophysics.
Yes.
How'd you get interested in that?
That all started when I was a little kid. I thought, always just looked at the stars, and my dad knew that I had an interest in astronomy, so he would have me watch all sorts of science documentaries with him. And we would watch like Stephen Hawking, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Morgan Freeman. We would watch all of those famous astrophysics, like their documentaries on like Netflix or even National Geographic all the time. And I've always just had a fascination with the stars and just how we came to be, really. Like what's the real story behind what started everything? Because right now,
Have you ever got to look into Jupiter?
Jupiter? Yeah, I've looked into all of the planets, really, but not too much.
Did you know that for every hurricane that's in Jupiter has gotten bigger?
a lot of the storms you see on a lot of these planets, they're they're a lot worse than what we have.
Oh
here.
yeah, I'm familiar with that.
They change the entire landscape over and over again.
Yeah, but
Like,
in this particular, I was just recently looking it up, and Jupiter's that little hurricane. Well, it's big, it's huge, because compared to Earth, but
I mean, the red dot. That's
the
on
red
it.
dot,
That red dot is just one giant storm.
one big hurricane, or one,
It's a superstorm.
yeah, and
A hurricane has nothing on that.
but its red dot has gotten bigger in recent years.
I don't know too much about it. I've been paying more attention to the James Webb Telescope that they recently launched that a couple years ago. I want to say 2-3 years ago they launched it. It's supposed to be the successor to the Hubble telescope. And that one it's our most advanced telescope that they've launched in almost half a century now.
And it's come to my attention that you got yourself a telescope. Tell me about that.
I do. I bought that about 2 years ago now. It was expensive. It's a computerized telescope that I can align to any hemisphere and any location, and it will tell me the location of like any planet, solar system, or star. If I can align it correctly, you just got to put in the logistics, the data for it, and it will automatically set coordinates for where everything is. And if you want to say you're looking at Saturn right now and you want your telescope to keep following it, then all you do is press a button and it will continue to follow it until you tell it not to. And it's also great for astrophotography, which I'm trying to get into. So you can use like your phone or your camera and take pictures of all of these planets, solar systems, celestial bodies. All it takes is the right equipment, the right lens, and a filter too if you want to try and capture like deep exposure photos.
Mm-hmm. Also, another fun fact about my man here is he's an investor.
Yep.
Little investor. So tell us what you're invested into.
Haven't really been investing too much right now. Just been keeping things in like some dividend stocks and just leaving it be for a while. But some of my investments have made some pretty decent profits, so I've pulled out for now because I'm making.
You pulled out all of that?
Not all of it, just a little bit. Because right now I have bigger plans with my investments. So I'll also be getting a huge bonus.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be putting a good portion of that back into my investments to work for me.
So for the curious audience, we're talking specific about investing into the stock market. You have ETFs, right?
Some ETFs, yeah.
Okay, so what ETFs do you invest in?
More so into like artificial intelligence
AI.
itself.
That's pretty
So,
good.
I've been invested in that for a little while. Another thing that I'm also thinking of investing in is like the housing market too.
I'm already in that. You talking about just buying like ETFs or real estate stock, or are you actually investing into actual real estate housing?
Well, I've been looking into something that I found a little while ago. I can't remember the specific name of it, but there's a tax program that the government has where, say a home is overdue on their taxes, you can pay their taxes and they have 2 years to give you that money back with interest. And if they don't, then you seize their house. So it sounds a little messed up, but it's basically trying to like rebuild neighborhoods and communities with houses that all of these like big investors bought and just don't pay taxes on. I'm pretty sure like someone in the audience might know about it, but it's a program that is like for the entire country. So all you gotta do is look up the specific like state that you're in and the town that you're in, and they should have a tax website that will show all of these houses that are overdue in their taxes. The only thing you gotta be careful about is like sometimes these homes are so run down and filled with problems that you don't even know about it.
Okay.
So like you gotta be close to them so that you know what you're getting into. But otherwise, if you're good at what you do, you can make out with a really good house for cheap. I'm hoping 4 or 5 years from now, once I built enough capital, I can use that to completely renovate any house that I get using my VA loan, not even including the capital that I built.
So you've got yourself a budget plan?
I'm still working on a plan right now because, as you know, we're moving to different places this year, so...
But that didn't stop me from having mine. I have a budget. It's drawn out in Excel.
Yeah.
If you want a copy of that spreadsheet so you can start yours, because you're going to need it, especially where you're going.
Yeah, New York's going to be a really expensive place, but I have an idea on what I want to do.
Okay, cool. I'll send you a pamphlet.
That would be really nice.
Of course, and I'll show you how to use it too. Cause yeah, just right. You're going to the Big Apple. How do you feel about that?
I haven't been there before. My siblings have, but I live in the Northeast, so I'm used to some of the climate there. New York's it's like Boston, but for crackheads specifically.
Oh, you're such a jokester. Anyways,
I try to be.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people out there watching, my boy?
I guess I would say start investing early.
Sounds good. Well, anyways, this is Let's Talk Money with Lerone Brown and Super. We're signing out. Until next time.
Peace.